Can you guys win it?
Oh, absolutely. We get past that group of death, we're taking it all.
Let's go!
Hey, I'm George.
And I'm Zach.
And this week we're talking with Andrew Barton, the GM of Clutch Gaming. They're in Germany prepping for Worlds, and we'll get to that interview. Great conversation. You guys are going to love it. Some behind the scenes, what the days are like for those guys, and some behind the scenes information, and the incredible confidence that these underdogs have going into Worlds. You'll hear it. You'll love that. But Zach, we also have an opportunity to win a jersey. Tell them real quick how they can enter to win a Clutch Gaming jersey.
So this is a jersey that we actually got from our friends over at the 100 Talk podcast. And you can enter in by following us on Twitter and commenting where you are at on our sticky post that's going to be on Twitter. You can follow us on Twitch as well. We'll be watching our follows. Or on YouTube. We're still at League Leaders. And you can follow us there and comment on one of our Worlds episodes. We'll be putting your names into a hat, specifically the new Dignitas hat, and pulling it out of there at the end of the play-in knockout stage.
Sounds great. Now, without further ado, we got a lot to get into with Andrew. Let's talk about Worlds with Clutch Gaming. And with us today is Andrew Barton, who is the former assistant general manager of Clutch Gaming, who not too long ago we found out is now the general manager of Clutch Gaming. Congratulations. Back early September, they made the big announcement, Andrew. Congratulations.
Hey, thanks, guys. Happy to be on.
Now, we were hanging out with Andrew when we did the Clutch event here in Houston a few months ago, back at the start of the split and kind of getting everything going. And at that time, we came away really encouraged with some of the stuff that we were hearing. And then it kind of got off to a slow start, Andrew. Pick it up from when you guys started to realize this split could be something special for Clutch.
When we were kind of, forming the team, we always knew that this team had the ability to make a run. And so it was a matter of time before the team really kicked into gear. And, that came right when Dignitas stepped in. I told them we need to do X, Y, and Z, and this team will really get a move on. And, we made those changes, whether it was to management, coaching staff, player personnel. Once those changes were in effect, the team really got moving.
Were you surprised how rapidly you saw some of those moves pay off?
I wouldn't say I was too surprised. There was very small things we needed to fix. And, once I thought those things would be fixed, I think the players would, understand the gravity of the situation, meaning, their season could come to an end right here, and no one wanted that. So I kind of knew once these changes were in effect, people would realize Dignitas is not really messing around anymore, and we need to kick it into gear.
Boy, Zach, I think we've seen that play out completely. Dignitas is not messing around here. It's been an interesting week with all the announcements they've made about forming a new umbrella company, I guess you could say, and that they're going to be expanding into other areas of eSports.
Pretty obvious how much you can do with a few little changes, as Andrew was saying, just to make things fit. You've got all the right gears. You just got to get them working together. So honestly, it's been spectacular to see.
So take us back, if you will, just a little bit, because we didn't really get a chance to, we celebrated the gauntlet, but what was it like inside for you guys to do that reverse sweep and win the gauntlet?
It was incredible. Just such a burst of emotions out of everyone. When we were down 0-2, everyone just kind of looked around and was like, all right, guys, we know we're the better team. Can we really just step it up here and turn things around? And so, everyone had enough. And that's when we went on that 3-0 run right there to reverse sweep. But, even winning it all and seeing the emotions out of everyone, it was incredible because, obviously it was a goal of all of the players, coaching staff, and Dignitas to make it to Worlds. That was our goal the entire time, and we knew we could do it. So achieving it was quite an accomplishment for everyone here.
We're talking with Andrew Barton, who is the new GM for Dignitas and Clutch Gaming. And who do you think it meant the most to, Andrew?
Hard to say. I think for everyone, it was really important to get that win. But, if I had to pick one player, it would definitely have to be Lyra. I know I've been with him since the beginning of Clutch Gaming now, and I know how bad he wanted this and how hard he has been working every single day. And so to see him finally get here, it's so moving. And I couldn't be more proud of every single player for what they've achieved.
Well, let us say thank you for the ride. We have had the best time on this ride, the end of the split, into the playoffs, into the gauntlet, into Worlds now. It has been quite the ride. So thank you for the great ride there. Andrew, tell us about being in Germany. You guys have been there, what, a couple of weeks now?
Yeah, so right after the gauntlet ended, we took about 4 or 5 days off. That Friday after gauntlet, we jumped on a plane, and we've been in Berlin for about 2 weeks now at the Misfits training facility, which has just been fantastic. Generally, how the draw went, you could definitely watch our reaction video, which is quite funny. I would say we got a pretty good group. We were very happy with it. Unicorns of Love, definitely a tough opponent, so we won't be taking them for granted. There are a lot of other teams throughout the international community that are very high quality, and so we'll see how it all plays out. But overall, we were pretty happy with our draw.
When I was watching the group draw, I kind of had a moment where, the gif of Hans, are we the baddies? Because everybody that I've seen on Reddit once, of course, the OPL with Mammoth, they always are like, this is our year. This is our year. And then Unicorns of Love has probably the largest international community just from their name alone. Mm-hmm. And it's like, wait, hang on a sec. Are we the bad guys?
You could definitely view us as potentially the bad guys, but I know from everyone in NA, we are the good guys here.
Oh, of course.
That's right. Of course. Absolutely the good guys.
So obviously, you guys are looking to take first your group. Got to be focused on Mammoth and Unicorns. But then outside of that, when you get to the knockout stage, you're going to be playing somebody else in a different group. And outside of Splice or Damwon from EU and Korea, who else are you guys really looking at as a danger, I guess, in those other groups?
A lot of these other teams are good. I would say maybe the most dangerous that we could identify potentially would be Royal Youth. I think they've got a lot of solid players coming out of their region and their team, and so that's a team that could definitely be of concern.
Gotcha, and that's Royal Youth out of Turkey. They're new this year. They've also got a lot of young talent from what I've been reading.
Yeah, absolutely. Turkey is a fantastic region. They've got a lot of young players coming out of there. Obviously, we've seen Broken Blade, and there could be some more coming down the line. It's a great region to watch out for.
Let's go into the group stage itself. Now, obviously, we got some pretty rough odds, it looks like. Because the way that the groups worked out, we can't be put into Group A, which already has Cloud9, or Group D, which already has Team Liquid. That leaves us with either B or C. Unfortunately, if Splice and Damwon also make it, they have to go into either B or D. So then that just kind of leaves us with what everyone's calling the Group of Death. Group C has SKT, Fnatic, and Royal Never Give Up, RNG. So what do you guys think about that? I mean, that's a pretty tough draw if you guys get through to there.
As far as Group C goes, this is what we wanted. As Hooney said, he wanted to play against SKT and Fnatic, so he got exactly what he wanted. But going forward to our other players like Demonte, he's been really looking forward to play against, Faker. So that'll be fantastic to see him match up well against SKT. And also being the underdog has really been a strength of ours. No one would be expecting us to do anything in that group. And so that really takes the pressure off all our players. And, it can lead us to making a run, which is what I'm excited to potentially do in that group.
I got to ask, just being devil's advocate here, do you think there's any chance at all that Splice or Damwon doesn't make it through and you guys can get to Group B? I mean, we're talking... You guys, along with Splice and Damwon, are sort of the favorites. People are kind of downplaying Hong Kong attitude a little bit in Group C, but there's three teams that everybody's like, oh yeah, no, they're locked. They're going through.
We will definitely be for Group C, I would say.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha. All right. Then looking at, I guess, sort of North America as a whole then, since, it's mostly about Clutch, but we also got to root for the other home teams as well. What do you think about Cloud9's chances in Group A now that Griffin has lost their head coach?
They still have a great chance in that group. Obviously, Griffin will still be strong.
Mhm.
It's a tough group for sure, but with Reaper at the helm, I definitely think they could pull off some type of upsets there. I wouldn't count out Cloud9.
Gotcha. And then Team Liquid over in Group D, they've got a bit of an unknown here because we're not sure who's going to be slotting into their last spot, but they've already got Invictus Gaming and AHQ Esports in their group. What do you think about their chances right now?
Team Liquid, I think, will be in a pretty tough group depending if Damwon gets in it. I think Damwon can match up against them very well. And then we don't really know what's going to come out of IG. They can either play like a world championship team or sometimes, we'll see what they do.
Right,
But
You never know what you're going to get. Yeah.
I would say, as a whole, this Worlds is definitely the most competitive we've had up until this point. It's just, you have so many teams in it who are all very high quality. It's just going to be, the group stages are going to be quite interesting, I'd say.
Again, we're talking with Andrew Barton, who is the GM for Clutch Gaming. They're in Germany prepping for Worlds, and we appreciate him taking time and the access from Dignitas on what's getting ready there. Zach, with some more questions about your all's prep.
I really just got one last one. Can you guys win it? What do you think? Right now, if you had to go to play the championship tomorrow.
Man. Why, put him on the spot.
Come on.
Oh, absolutely. We get past that group of death, we're taking it all.
Oh, yeah. That's what I wanted to hear. That's the voice line that I was looking for. That's the clip I want.
Andrew,
confidence is key. Let's get it.
You know what?
Absolutely.
I agree. And I got to tell you, we really latched on, and I know you guys did too, to Michael Prindiville's the most dangerous team, in league in North America. And now we've been saying, the most dangerous team in the worlds. And we've really kind of latched onto that. And I agree with you. I love the underdog attitude, you guys. Take us behind the scenes a little bit for people that are listening and are fans of Clutch Gaming. What's a typical training day? What's it like there in Germany for you and the players and everybody getting ready for Worlds?
Right. So, one of the reasons why we got here so early was to obviously adjust to, the jet lag, time differences, all that good stuff. And so we've been working on that. That took about a week, and now we're good to go. But what our schedule kind of looks like, we wake up, head to lunch at the Misfit staff apartment house where Mo cooks a delicious lunch for everyone. And then right after that's around noonish. And then from there, we are heading to the office and jumping directly into scrims. And so it's honestly like a normal day in LA and how we work out of there. Obviously, the scrims start a little later. And then right after scrims, everyone's jumping into solo queue, which is, very exciting for the player. To be able to do some good solo queue in EU. That was one of the best parts about getting here, obviously, is to put them in some solo queue.
It's been funny watching the social media, especially on Twitter, all the guys posting about that, and not just the players that we see on stage, Hooney and DeMonte and all that, but a lot of the staff people jumping on talking about how they're doing in solo queue.
They're having a good time climbing the ranks. Obviously, you maybe saw Think Card tweet. He started out in silver and had to do a grueling grind up to the masters. So all of our coaching staff are having a good time grinding.
That's fun. That's so much fun.
That's
What
hilarious.
do you all do for time off? What do you do for fun? What do the guys like to do?
Right now we haven't taken. We have had a few off days. We haven't taken too much time off, but we've gone exploring a little bit. There's still some stuff we definitely need to go explore and do, but it's really just been walking around Berlin a little bit, whether it's going to different restaurants, checking out the mall. It's just a lot of different activities here, but obviously, we've been pretty hard at work at the boot camp. And so when we have our days off, we'll go check out the surrounding city a little more.
Andrew Barton, 4 weeks into the summer split, if somebody told you you would be in Berlin prepping for Worlds with Clutch Gaming, what would you have said to their face?
I think
I would have said 100%.
Really?
I'm not surprised whatsoever that we're here. I knew the entire summer we could definitely get to this.
I love that confidence, man.
You could definitely see why he got the big promotion. That's for sure.
I got to tell you, we weren't as convinced after 4 weeks of the summer split that it would be that way, but I love the confidence.
The gears were, like you guys said, the gears were there. We just had to get them in place.
Yeah.
Every first-time guest to the show, we always got to ask, what was the first video game that you ever played?
That's tough. I'm trying to think of it, and I think I would like to say it was the N64 with GoldenEye.
There we go.
Nice.
That's a nice
There
classic
could have
thing.
been another one with that's as far back as I can remember, so I'm going to stick with GoldenEye. Quite a classic game.
And then the other question we always have, what got you into esports? When did you realize that, hang on, I can make a whole career out of it?
It was a dream of mine a long time ago when I, wanted to be a professional, and salaries weren't potentially there, and then ultimately I decided to go to school, get an education, and the dream of mine was to always create, my own esports team. Obviously that requires a tremendous amount of capital and such, and when the opportunity arose with the Houston Rockets and creating their own esports team, I thought, that's a fantastic way to jump into the scene. And obviously they gave me a chance, and, here I am today working with Dignitas now.
Do you ever stop and let yourself acknowledge that you basically, you're running a team, you have your own esports team, that you hit your goal? Do you ever stop and let yourself think about that?
I think when I got promoted to general manager, I really took, 20 minutes to sit there, and it was just mind-blowing to me that I'd finally had come this far, and it was just a dream come true. But it was so difficult to believe, but I just couldn't be more blessed to have the faith of Michael Prendeville and others at Dignitas to really guide all of their different esports team to competitive success.
After hearing that Evil Geniuses are coming back, what do you feel? I told Zach, I feel like League of Legends is poised to take that next step up now with Dignitas back, Evil Geniuses back, and there seems to be more energy around the league itself. Don't you feel like here in North America they're ready to take another step up?
Definitely. With Evil Geniuses returning, that's a tremendous announcement. I remember back 10 years ago watching Evil Geniuses versus TL at StarCraft 2.
Yeah.
It's just such a legendary rivalry. And so, to have such an incredible organization returning, including Dignitas as well, it's just, you've got a lot of big teams joining. The league is doing tremendously well. And so I'm excited for what 2020 brings.
All right. As the dad, literally, of Zach and the dad of the show, I always like to ask, what did your parents say when you said, hey, I'm going to work in games, I'm going to work in video games, I'm going to work in esports? What kind of conversation was that?
I think they definitely preferred me sticking to, the 9-to-5 financial kind of job I was working in with finance. So it was a little tough, but at the end of the day, this was my dream, and I know they support it now that they see the success we're having as a team, an organization, and a business. So it's been fantastic, the support I've received from them.
I know they got to be proud of you. And that's, again, I always say Zach is the one who had the patience to bring me around to esports, and I absolutely love it. I'm as big a fan of this. Yes, I don't know a whole lot about it. I don't have the history. I didn't grow up playing it, kind of thing, but it's the same for me as my fandom for the Rockets or for the Texans or whatever. I love watching it. I love the strategy that goes into it. So as a parent, I'll just say to you, they're damn proud of you. I know they are for what you've accomplished. And as parents, it takes us a little while, some time to come around, but we like it when our kids are happy and doing what they love.
Thank you so much. It means the world.
We appreciate Andrew Barton being on from Germany, from Berlin. You're just outside of Berlin?
I think we're in Berlin. I'd have to look at the map. I think we're in Berlin.
Somewhere in Germany.
Close enough you call it.
That's right. It's actually a super secret location. He won't tell us exactly where they are. No, I'm just kidding. So they're in a bunker somewhere in Germany. No, Andrew, thanks for being on with us. We had a blast talking with you, man.
Appreciate you guys having me on. It was fantastic. Happy to jump on whenever.
Fun stuff, Zachary. That was a good interview with Andrew. We appreciate him taking time and being on with us. We're excited about Worlds, I got to tell you.
Yeah, absolutely. This past couple of weeks of not having games to watch has been killing me.
It's been terrible.
I've
there's
literally,
nothing to talk about. Yeah.
My whole like weekly rhythm of get up, all right, get ready to watch games or go to work or whatever. It's just been off, man. Like I've been sleeping weird. I'm like an addict, and I'm going through withdrawals.
Come on, man, give me a little. All right, so it starts up the 2nd, right? October.
Yeah,
2nd?
October 2nd here.
All right,
just a couple days away.
Just a couple of days away.
Close enough. But in the meantime, we do have a fantastic announcement. Our friends at 100 Talk, they were so kind as to buy a jersey. Well, because they lost. But look at that. They're now the biggest Clutch Gaming fans since we're going to Worlds, and they're not.
I was going to say, let's be honest. They lost a bet is why they bought the jersey. Yeah, they had to wear a jersey, so they bought it. But
now, since apparently they want to spread the love, not because they hate the shirt, but apparently because they want to spread the love, they've given it to us. So we have a jersey, a new Clutch Gaming Dignitas jersey to give away. And the 3 ways you can enter are by following us on Twitter and then commenting on our post. We're going to have it stickied there. Commenting on your post about where you are, and that's your entry there. You can also follow us on Twitch. It's twitch.tv/league leaders. We'll be watching our follows there, and we'll get in touch with you that way. Or you can follow us on YouTube. We're League Leaders. There will be a mention of this in our sticky post as well. Follow us there. Leave a comment on one of our latest Worlds episodes on YouTube, and you'll be entered that way as well. So that's 3 different ways to enter. We'll be putting everybody into a hat, specifically our new Dignitas hat, and we'll be pulling a name out of there. They're at the end of the play-in knockout stage, so hopefully we'll be able to get that out to you and have it to you before groups is over.
That's awesome. We love it. Thank you, guys. Thanks, 100 Thieves. We appreciate your support as always. We got lots to talk about, lots of fun stuff coming up with the play-in, the knockout round, and then group stage starting. So stay with us here on Clutch Gaming's League Leaders. I'm George.
And I'm Zach.
And we're back with another episode soon.